the Weather Extreme video. This is the morning edition for Tuesday, the 25th day of October. I'm James Spann, looking for rain. Severe drought conditions continue. Thursday, a little wave comes through. Could it squeeze out a little rain somewhere? We'll take a look at that and the weather into early November as we go. There's the water vapor satellite view. It's a dry air mass. You know the deal. And as we often talk about here, dry air heats and cools very effectively. So we're starting off the day in many places in the 40s. It's 45 for Cullman, Fort Payne, Gadsden, Anniston. But we'll wind up in the low 80s in most spots today. So you'll need a light jacket in the morning, and in the afternoon, short sleeves are more appropriate. And again, there's no soil moisture. And because of that, these afternoons are going to be pretty warm the next few days. Around the nation, again, temperature's pretty seasonal as this day begins. Frost and freeze warnings for parts of Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, over to about Cape Cod. Pretty cold up there. Later today, maybe some thunderstorms over the middle of the country. A marginal severe weather risk for parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri. Tomorrow, a small marginal risk around Tulsa, Oklahoma. And on day 3, Thursday, just a few thunderstorms possible for the middle Atlantic coast. No severe weather expected. Now, this is the rain for the next 7 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week. And don't want you to get excited here. This is spitting out rain amounts of about a ½ inch in spots, but I just don't know if I buy that. I was taught years ago you don't forecast rain in a drought. And in a situation like Thursday, I don't think anything meaningful happens, maybe a few raindrops. We'll take a look at that. Tropical situation, not going to help us there with any rain here. The tropics are quiet in the Atlantic Basin. So let's dive into the models. The GFS, this is the 06E run, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Ridging here, sky will be mostly sunny. And again, we'll expect a high over 80 in most spots today, despite the chill we have this morning. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow. We'll call it partly sunny. We do have a southerly flow. The high will be around 80 in most spots. And again, we note that little system that's north of St. Louis. We'll go to Thursday. That low is near Buffalo, New York, with a trailing front and a sliver of green. But again, don't get your hopes up. Could there be a few isolated showers? Yes, but let's take a look at the high-resolution NAM. This is the 4-kilometer NAM, valid Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, and there you go. That's not going to break a drought. If anything is out there, rain should be very light and very spotty. And how about the European? It's just bone dry. So for Thursday, we'll mention a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of isolated showers. Nothing beyond that, and the high in the 70s. And then this is Friday. That's on by. The sky will be mostly sunny. It'll be pretty warm. We'll probably see low 80s, and I think the same thing on Saturday. Initially, it looked like a cooler high would nose in from the north, and that look is kind of off the board now. This is suggesting low 80s for the weekend as well. This is Saturday, and this is Sunday. There's no rain. It'll be a fine day for the Magic City Classic at Legion Field in Birmingham. Auburn plays at Ole Miss. That'll be a great evening there, so everything's looking good for the weekend. Here's Halloween, Monday, same thing, sunny. We start the day in the 50s. The high will be around 80. I promise we're showing you different maps. They just look the same. Here's a week from today. We start the month of November. Got a big trough in the western states. Let's keep our fingers crossed. 588 ridge here, but a big trough in the west. And as we get into November, those troughs tend to be progressive. But of course, with that, we're still dry. This is Thursday of next week, November 3rd, and the trough begins to lift out and weaken a bit. Down below that, the Gulf is open. Showers are possible a little west of the state, but just maybe that will set the stage for a chance of rain at the end of next week. All we can do is keep our fingers crossed. As we often say here, November, December tend to be stormy and active. It's the fall severe weather season, so typically these things do break, and often when they break, it rains a lot around here. You can see those cool mornings and warm afternoons for the foreseeable future, but as we get into November, things cool off very nicely, and By November 9th, highs drop in the 60s and lows drop into the 40s. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.